Martin McGrath asked us, what are some of the traditions behind solid color? He says solid color tartans. I think he means solid color kilts.
Sure.
Yeah. You could
solid
include
color
shadow
kilts.
tartans in that, I suppose. But
Yeah. Well, they're not really traditional.
Yeah.
Solid color kilts, whether it's tweed or, solid color wool, worsted wool kind of cloth, go back a couple hundred years at least to the Maclay prints. John Brown, I think you said?
Yeah.
The Maclay print of John Brown. Maclay, I believe is how you spell Maclay. Look those up. There's some really, really cool, 1800s, 1700s.
No, 1800s.
1800s?
Yeah.
Okay. 1800s paintings of a bunch of different Scottish people, and he kind of hit most of the major clans. John Brown's photo has him in a grayish blue kind of tweed jacket, vest, and kilt. And day plate as well, or no?
I think he's got a day plate draped over his arm or something. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah. So wearing solid color or tweed kilts has some historical precedent. In today's, time, whatever, 21st century kilts does some solid color tweed kilts. There's utility kilts that are solid color fabrics. Back at the turn of the 19th century was the Irish, rebellion, St. Edna's School. They had some solid color kilts.
Yeah.
So there is tradition, using my finger quotes loosely. There's a lot of finger quotes today. There are some loose traditions based around solid color kilts, but no more than the regular kilt itself.
Yeah, they're
tartan kilts.
They're groups and units and such that will use a solid color kilt as opposed to a tartan.
London Scottish, Hodden Gray.
Exactly.
Yep.
Hodden Gray is the best example, perhaps. Of course, as Rocky alluded, the Irish went for solid colored kilts at first during the rise of the Gaelic League and the nationalists around the turn of the century, they continue that. The saffron kilt being the most famous. Other than that, it is a fashion choice, and you play with it in that sense. A tweed kilt or a solid color kilt can be a nice alternative. We have customers who will do a tweed kilt or something in a solid color or a shadow tartan as an alternative kilt or a more casual look kilt. It's a nice way to show off accessories because you have basically a blank canvas. So if you have a really cool looking sporran or kilt pin and such, it's nice to show those kind of things off. More of a contemporary look. But in terms of other symbolism, there really isn't any. It's basically just an option.
Yeah. Outside of the Irish thing with saffron and solid color green, there wasn't a whole lot of symbolism in solid color stuff.
I think for someone, I have other pictures of Victorian gentlemen in tweed kilts as something you'd wear out in the country estate. Like when you're going to the hunting estate, it was very appropriate because you're just out there kind of hanging out. It's very informal, and of course Victorian informal is a lot more formal than modern informal.
Yeah.
But it was considered more naturalistic, and I think that's why John Brown is pictured in one in his portrait. Okay. Because he's not representing a clan there; he's representing the fact that he was the ultimate ghillie. He was the ultimate outdoors, manager kind of guy.
I'd be curious if there's any estate tweeds. Estate tweeds meaning tweeds for a particular.
That have been worn as kilts? I'd be willing to bet there are.
They're kind of like estate tweeds are kind of like district tartans. Certain estates or areas of land in Scotland may have their own tweed just for themselves. So I'm thinking if I was a estate owner or some higher up in the estate, the head butler or whatever, I don't know. Would I want to wear a kilt but in the estate tweed as something to represent the estate? Could that be what John Brown was doing?
I could see he's a rare case. He's a kind of a unique individual, so maybe in terms of a typical Victorian Edwardian household, I'm not sure you would do that with staff.
Not typical, but I'm thinking
I could see a lord or a laird member of a household doing that for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look into that.
Well, but the clothes they didn't have as many clothes. It wasn't as a fun thing like clothes like we are.
Lots of clothes if you had that money to have a hunting estate.
That's fair.